Okay, let's dive right into this. Sa nakaraang lesson, pinag-usapan natin kung paano sukatin yung chaos sa ating operations gamit ang standard deviation. Well, ngayon, gagamitin natin exactly that measurement to actually predict the future. Ito yung roadmap natin for today. The normal distribution pattern, the empirical rule, decoding the outlier, special cause failures, and positive process innovations. We'll move rapidly from mathematical theory papunta sa practical outlier investigation para makita ninyo exactly how this applies directly sa mga BPO, retail, and logistics floors ninyo. Section 1, the normal distribution pattern. Pagdating sa sandamakmak na operational data natin araw-araw, it often looks totally chaotic. But the truth is, there's a highly predictable, hidden structure there na naghihintay lang ma-map out.
Think about it. Kapag malinis ang operational data natin, naturally magko-cluster yan around the average, right? Tapos, pantay itong luminipis o nagtitaper off sa magkabilang dulo. Literally, etong tinatawag nating normal distribution. Sa Lean Six Sigma, this bell curve logic is everything. Kasi once we achieve this pattern, sobrang mas madali na nating mapredict yung SLA ticket resolution times natin or even ang delivery lead times sa logistics. At dito na papasok ang pinaka-importanting mathematical law natin.
Section 2, the empirical rule explained. Dito na tayo gagamit ng strict mathematical boundaries. Bilang mga yellow belts, you will use this exact law para i-map out yung totoong capacity ng operations ninyo. So, the empirical rule states na sa isang normal, symmetrical distribution, halos lahat ng data points ninyo will fall inside exactly 3 standard deviations mula sa inyong mean. Actually, kapag ginamit ninyo ang modern dashboards like Power BI para i-visualize ito, makikita ninyo itong exact operational brackets na to. They mathematically move left and right from your average in very predictable steps. Let's break down these brackets. Sa Zone 1, 68% of all your data falls within plus or minus 1 standard deviation. To put that into perspective, kung ang BPO mean AHT ng team ninyo ay 10 minutes at may standard deviation kayo na 1 minute, ibig sabihin 68% ng lahat ng calls ay naturally matatapos between 9 and 11 minutes. It's the same logic sa drive-thru ng Jollibee, di ba? Kung 3 minutes ang average, 68% of customers get their food exactly around that tight window. Yan ang baseline performance sweet spot ninyo. Now, what's really interesting is how our net expands pagdating sa Zone 2. Kapag plus or minus 2 standard deviations na tayo, we're capturing 95% of your total volume. Structurally, halos buong operasyon ninyo ay papatak na between 8 and 12 minutes. And, having that level of predictability, it's incredibly powerful. Tapos, ito na yung pinaka-extreme bracket natin, ang Zone 3. Isang napakalaking 99.7% ng lahat ng output ninyo ay mathematically bound to finish between 7 and 13 minutes. Basically, kapag nakaset up ng tama ang proseso, isang napakaliit na 0.3% fraction lang ng total operational output ninyo ang pwedeng lumabas sa region na ito. That is literally almost everything. Pero wait, master level warning dito. The empirical rule completely fails kung hindi stable ang proseso ninyo. Let's say heavily skewed ang data dahil sa system downtimes o kaya may bagyong sumira sa logistics network ninyo. Well, nawawala ang predictability niyan. So you absolutely have to fix your process stability first bago ninyo subukang mag-predict ng future capacity. Kailangang malinis muna ang curve ninyo. Make sense? Section 3. Decoding the outlier. Ngayon na na-establish na natin yung 99.7% mathematical theory, let's pivot to the operational reality. Ano ba talagang nangyayari kapag may data point na tuluyang bumasag sa mathematical boundaries na ito? I mean, seriously, what do we do with an outlier? Kapag may nakita kayong 45-minute ticket sa dashboard o kaya isang GCash transaction na inabot ng 3 araw bago nag-reflect, anong ginagawa ninyo? A very common flawed habit ng supervisors is to simply wipe these clean from the reports para lang magmukhang maganda ang metrics, basically treating it like a random accident. Big mistake. Kailangan nating i-clarify yung strict statistical definition nito. Sa everyday conversation, tinatawag nating outlier ang kahit anong medyo kakaiba.
Pero sa Lean Six Sigma, specifically defined ang outlier bilang isang data point na may z-score na greater than positive 3.0 or less than negative 3.0. Meaning, mathematically, it sits entirely outside your 99.7% predictability zone. Officially, ito na yung tinatawag nating anomaly.
So, the crucial point here is, you never ever ignore an outlier. Sa halip na itago o burahin ito sa report para lang pumasa sa SLA, kailangan nating i-shift yung mindset. Ang outlier ay isang massive opportunity para matuto at mag-innovate. Kasi outliers are generally caused by two things. At pareho itong nangangailangan ng deep investigation. Section 4, Special Cause Failures. I-shift muna natin ang focus natin sa extreme right side ng ating bell curve. Dito kasi nangyayari yung catastrophic, negative operational failures na sumisira sa performance natin. Kapag nakakita ka ng positive 3.5 z-score sa handle time, it literally means there is a fundamental process breakdown. Baka may dropped line connection sa CRM system ninyo o kaya baka na-stuck ang isang new hire sa isang unmapped technical escalation. You must investigate this. Pwede ninyong gamitin ang Copilot para i-analyze ng mabilis yung historical Microsoft Planner tickets just to find the root cause. Tapos mula doon, you build structural guardrails para hindi na ito makaapekto muli.
Section 5, Positive Process Innovations. Now, let's move to the opposite extreme and see how this builds a totally different perspective.
Kasi hindi naman lahat ng outlier ay process failure. Minsan, breaking away from the standard curve is actually a massive operational breakthrough.
Isipin ninyo, paano kung may ahente na consistently nagtatala ng negative 2.5 z-score sa transaction time niya, pero perfect ang QA score niya? Guys, innovation yan. Go to the floor and investigate immediately. Baka gumawa siya ng sariling custom macro, o baka nagre-write siya ng call script template niya sa Microsoft Word, o baka ito yung logistics hub na nakaimbento ng bagong sorting method. What they discovered is a best practice at responsibilidad ninyo as leaders na kopyahin ito at scale para bumilis ang buong team.
And this brilliantly illustrates the real action plan here. For negative outliers, you investigate to build structural guardrails and stop the bleeding. Pero sa positive outliers naman, you investigate to standardize and scale those best practices. Pareho silang nangangailangan ng mabilisang aksyon, hindi yung pagbubura lang ng data sa dashboard ninyo.
So, tanda natin, a tightly distributed process means stable kayo. Pero kapag may nakita kayong isa-isang outlier na nakatayo sa labas ng inyong perfectly symmetrical curve, what are you gonna do? Will you delete it just to make the report look pretty? Or will you investigate it to spark a major breakthrough that completely redefines how your entire floor operates? The choice is entirely yours.